Oh, snap. Have I been on mute, man? Ain't anybody tell me that? We need to go on there. Oh, man. Got to be about 12 minutes. Oh, man. My bad, man. That's a error. That was an error there. We're going to put the technical difficulties, okay? We're going to go back to what I was talking about. Just, you see what I'm saying? Hey, it was a post I saw on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? They trying to shut that department down, man. So I ain't even push that button. How that button get pushed? Boy, okay. It's a regular person out here, man. Welcome to Thailand TV, man. If you missed anything, I apologize. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We go roll. We gonna do what we gotta do here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. So I was noticing that there was something talking about nurses, man. It says that they're going to try to minimize nursing. They're going to try to say that nursing is not a professional. Uh, it's not a professional degree now. That's crazy. Because I was thinking about that, man. Like, especially with what I was going to do with today's show. Like I said, Thailand TV, thank you. And this house, God, you missed before. I don't know how long my mute button was on, man. I didn't know how long I had technical difficulties for me. 12 minutes, that was a pretty long time if it was. So I apologize to y'all, man. Anyone else that jump on late, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for waiting. You know what I mean? Because, man, I don't even know. Like I said, I don't know how long it was on for. But the Department of Education, before they get loose, cut off, is trying to say that nursing is not a profession anymore. And that's crazy because what I was thinking about like this post I put up. I put a post up today, the other day, about today's topic, 50-50. And just got some different feedback that made me want to talk about different things tonight. And I'll bring that post up, and I'll probably bring up some of the things that was some of the comments that I got. But it made me think that in regards to the wage gap, and just kind of a little suggestion that I think partial of the reason why there's such an age gap is because, and this is that post that made me think of this, right? I think part of the age gap or wage gap is because a lot of the jobs are being filled by women that are in a higher wage gap. You know what I'm saying? This is an example, nursing, right? So there's a high number of nurses, correct, Amundo? You see. But there's a huge number of doctors, right? Men doctors, huge number. That's what that huge number is. Men as doctors. The huge number for women, the huge number for nurses is women. Doctors get paid more than women because women are nurses. And it's not to say that the one is better than the other because they actually both, shoot. Hey, man, look, I don't know if y'all ever went and had somebody try to find a thing in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you don't see the thing. Look, we be the little pin be poking all up in there. Be like, what the heck? The vein be popping up like, man, put it in the mug. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So, and they deal with that daily care of these people. You know what I'm saying? They actually get them, prep them until the doctor come in for about 10 minutes. So look at your chart, be like, yeah, okay, I bet. Yeah, we'll go get your nurse schedule in for that appointment. And yeah, we'll see you then. All right. But them dudes, that signature gets that check. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of the reason for the wage gap for a lot of different areas, right? I don't think that the wage gap is against the women. I think it's just that it's designed to pay positions that they feel are more important than the other ones. And I know they're going to say, "Oh, well, that's because the men are in there," but the women that are in there get paid that much too. I think women doctors get paid as much as men doctors, and they have a range, right? So when you look up a job, it says it has a range. I know some men that get paid on that lower end of that range, and I know women in the same field that get paid on the higher end of that range. But it's the job positions in that field. And when you actually add it all up, yes, you are totally right. You are totally right. But I think that the reason for that is a lot of the positions that women are going into have historically been paid lower than anything. I mean, teachers, historically low paid position. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, look at police officers. Police officers are dominated by men, and that's historically a lower paid position than people feel it deserves, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not to, like I said, when I do my shows, man, when I do Thailand TV, man, everybody gets shot. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal because I call out any and I call out everybody. You know what I mean? If you listen to it, blessings, and if you don't, it just was not meant for you. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I talk, man. The same way when you see me anyway. So holla at your boy, man. So yeah, man, I've just been really wanting to go into a little bit of this. Let me actually pull up my posts. We'll talk about that. So what I said was, what did I say? They took my shit down. What was I talking about? Okay. So what I said was, all right, bet. Let's go into it, boys. Here we go. There, go ahead to go down. I've been posting a lot. I don't even realize I know I post stuff because I scrolled to where I thought it was supposed to be at. I'm like, yo. I was like, yo, where the hell is that? There we go. I kept scrolling down. I didn't know I post that much, man. Sure, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know it was like that. You know what I'm saying? The God, you know what I'm saying? In man form, giving out that God language. So look, what I posted, I said, word for word, verbatim. Let's put this 50-50 debate to rest real quick. Who demanded to go into the workforce? Who demanded to be boss babes and do what men do? Question mark. So you did. I said, we didn't make you do that. We didn't make you do that. Second time. All we saying is since you bossy like us, contribute to some of this shit. Laughing but very serious. Okay. I said, hey, second paragraph. Hey, we know working and taking care of the house and everyone in the house is difficult. We've been doing it since beginning of existence and we tried to spare you from it, but you fought and demanded to go out and work and make money. It's equality at its finest. So, we know what happens in today's society, right? Especially from the ladies. Okay. I gave y'all 30 days. So I'll apologize. But let's go. So immediately. Immediately. You know what I'm saying? There's always times in your life where you get to a point in life where you go through a moment where the word fits. Immediately. Like immediately. Tearing at me. Cool. But I think the problem was they missed the point. You see. I'll read a couple. So, my guy Nate, love my boy Nate. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the gods, man. One of the gods bless me. You know what I'm saying? With that knowledge. He says oppression, bro. It's oppression that women fought against and still fighting against so they can work. So to phase it as they wanted to do what men do is just being disrespectful, and whatever backlash you get, you deserve. I do. Bring it. Make a post. Put something up. Comment. That's what this is for. This is Thailand TV. Welcome. And everybody gets shots. So look, that already jumped off into what my point was. I think what everyone is missing is the point that I was trying to make, right? Because oppression is the reason. Oppression is the cause. You are correct. Like I talk about all the time, especially when it comes to villages. Your information is totally correct. You are right. That is the reason, the major reason why they did it. That is the reason. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I think that that's what the theme is. As I read a couple of more of these, is that everyone's giving me the reason why they went into the workforce, which is cool. I agree. Um, but I'll break down my whole reasoning before for that. And like I said, why I went into the whole 50-50, why we're going to the whole 50-50 thing. But this is to start it off. So it gets dicey. So we have Jessica Noreen. She goes on to say, typically, I don't respond to posts that I disagree with, but I felt inclined to respond. Told you immediately. It gets going. So, which is great. And I love this. First, when you say 50-50, are you referring to splitting the financial obligations of the household down the middle? If that's what you're referring to, then surely you would be in agreement with no gender role in the household. So, childcare, domestic duties, cooking, grocery shopping, transporting kids to extracurricular activities, helping with homework, doctor's appointments, all also would be split down the middle, correct? So in response to that, yes. Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that. I can agree with going half on all of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just like I would also agree with the more on the lawn, 50-50, fixing the washer, fixing the dryer, 50-50. I would agree on putting that bookshelf up, 50-50, putting that table together, 50-50, putting that, matter of fact, that extension on the deck that you want, 50-50. Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with the garage. If you clean out the garage every day, 50-50. I agree with your boy, shoveling the snow, 50-50. I agree with all that. You're right. Yes, split it all down the middle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The aqueducts that need to be fit, the ducts that need to be cleaned. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The little vinyl siding on the back on the side of the house. Yes, 50-50. I agree. You're right. You're right, Jessica Doreen. It should be split all down the line, 50-50, all of it. Every single bit of it, 50-50. When you need new gas in the car, when you need new tires done, when you need to get the oil changed, 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do. I agree with it. Just like everything you said on your list. And I agree with it 100%. It should all be split down the middle, 50-50. If people are going to do 50-50. I totally agree. Right. And I think that's why it comes in, because I think the things that you listed on your list are the 50-50. You know, most of the time that's how men are considering it, because of the 50-50 that I just named off that they're getting. So I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Once again, I agree with you. Teach you guys how to have these conversations. Now, when we talk about the financial obligations of it, that's where my whole, so to speak, the whole area that I want to go into tonight with this whole 50-50 thing. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I mean, she makes a good point, and I think that that's very true, and I think that that's a huge communication thing. I think it's a huge communication thing, and I'll tell you why. Second person, Angela Perrin, fighting to go into the workforce was more about not relying on someone else for money, financial freedom, women being stuck in situations they couldn't leave that weren't safe because they didn't have the means, their husband dying or whatever, and being left in destitute due to the lack of skills. Equal pay and hiring in the workforce were part of the fight too. Completely separate issues from 50-50. And yes, I didn't say 50-50 was the reason why they went into the workforce. So I don't understand why everybody's saying separate issues from 50-50, because 50-50 was not one of my reasons. I gave a few other reasons, right? And I think that that's the problem. Like I said, that shows the problem with the village, is that everybody that I've just listed gave me reasons. Each one of them gave me different reasons, right? And when I started out my post, I gave a few reasons. Everybody got upset with my few reasons and started giving me reasons. And we talk about this whole situation with women being stuck, right? I, on God, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe that every man in their heart, of hearts, wants to get themselves to a place where they're able to take care of their woman, their family, and have and be living a good life and be the one who's taking care of everything. No drama, no whatever. Wife to do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? It should be, right? That's the should be world, but it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? The world is not like that. And there are times where men use their money and their power to put women in situations that are not beneficial for them. And I do agree with that. But if you take a look at statistics, and this is what I do. I do statistics stuff. I don't argue feelings, and I get it because I can't argue feelings, because if I say something, it's all the way you said it, it's feelings, right? I can't argue that. It's like going to the doctor's office, right? You tell you what your pain level is, you name it. You know, they don't tell you, you tell them, right? That's what feelings is, right? So you hurt me the worst that anyone's ever hurt me. I've heard that before. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to understand that um, there are men out there that do that. There is, but I seen a movie. Kate Blanchett was in the movie, and she was up in front of a group of women. They must have been feminists. They must have been whatever. And she was just starts going on about the whole feminist movement and everything. And she was just like, I think she said something. I can't remember the exact words, but she was just talking about the fact that some of the women that are leading them are women who have it good. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, these women are, married, have husbands that do, you know what I'm saying, that take care of everything for them and aren't treating them messed up. They can do whatever they want to do, and they're the ones leading the wives who actually want to be with their husbands and want to be whatever and pushing them out. And the reason why I bring that up is because statistically, like I was saying, if you take a look at divorces, 70% of divorces are caused by women. Man, TV, man, don't be upset. It's just stats. I just read this stuff, right? So anybody that want to, please comment on anything I'm saying, right? And if my facts are wrong, if my stats are wrong. But statistically, 70% of marriages and divorces are caused by women. Women divorce men more than anybody in the history of time ever. Okay, so these are statistics. Okay, and the reasons that everyone has said to me so far, just the ones that have been said to me, I think there's a couple of more, but the reasons that everyone said to me by so far together dwarf the main reason stated that women say that they divorce their men. You want to know what it is? You want to know what it is? Just got bored with them. Irreconcilable differences. Just got bored with them. They just didn't want to agree with their man anymore. They wanted to get out on their own and take care of them, get back to taking care of themselves. So I hear that. I get it. And my people, we fought same time. We believe in it too. So I hear it. And I understand that those are all the reasons. But there is proof that says there's a lot of people that made that helped push that movement that were literally that were living good lives. They just did that to make a movement for y'all to do that, to help break the family structure, to help it. I didn't say it's the cause of it. I just said to help. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how people didn't really look at it, because the thing that makes people upset about the 50-50 is that they don't understand that is necessary for today's world. Like, and the reason why is, ladies, this is the reason why. The average, they state that these are statistics I've seen, that the salary needed to live comfortably with a family, with a wife and two kids. I don't know if it's two or one, but it was like a wife and two kids. So $140,000 just to live comfortably. $140,000 a year for a man, just to be able to take care of his whole family. But guess what? A man living by himself can get off on $80,000. So what I'm saying is, I understand what y'all saying about a man being able to take care of himself, but most of us men make enough to take care of ourselves. Like straight up, like we make enough money to take care of ourselves. And this is where the whole money thing comes in at, ladies. This is the whole conversation I wanted to have with you about money. Because in today's society, the way they're just racking up all these things, it's affordable to have a combined income. And I think, and I'm gonna go on a limb here and think that anybody that's listening to me probably lives in a combined income home. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I get when people get mad when I say it, the reality, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. You live in a combined income, whether it's because you have to survive check by paper by pay period by pay period, or whether or not you guys are living on good mode. Everything is good. Both people are working. That's just the family structure home. But the point is that because of that, they made it so it's easy to find a difference. Okay, I can give you a difference. I can tell the ladies that they need to make sure they're with the man that takes care of all the bills, but don't listen to them. Don't don't listen to them. No, you know what I'm saying. Don't give them no credit. Don't listen to them. Don't let them have no. You know what I'm saying. Don't let them have no words. You know what I mean. So, and that's where I think a lot of that comes in at, because I think a lot of women back in the days when feminism started coming out were actually living the lives that some of the women that they were convincing to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, these are, and this is the thing, like when you go to when you look up court documents, you can look up any court documents. They're public record. We own the government, so anything that happens within the government, we can look at, right? So you can look at divorce records and see if I'm wrong. You can look them up and see the numbers and see what they say. So if women have been divorcing men and stating that it's just because they want to leave, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like some of this feminist movement is not really because is because they just want it to be equal. Man, I get it, and I get it. It's deserving so, and as I said with Jessica's comment, I agree with you 50-50. So everything the man does, you do too. So when a fight breaks out, when a guy comes over and smacks your butt, 50% of the time, your man can just sit there and watch you take care of it. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and take care of it. It's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I provide protection. So, hey, if dude just smack the heck out of you, you better hold. Hey, man, I'm good, man. I played some basketball yesterday, baby. You know what I'm saying? My back hurt. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, you take this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's what she said. I'm a big believer in repeating what people say back to them. Everybody gets shots around here 50-50 all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, protection, protect me. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers trying to fight me. Go get them. Go get them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying 50-50 was a good idea. That's an agreement. Don't sound like a good idea, do it? No, that's what you said. You know what I'm saying? Try that, fellas. Young kings, try that. Sometimes say back to them what they say. That's why I tell you it's a good idea. That's why I was raised by my aunties. Listen to them, man, because they'll say everything, young kings. So yeah, let's keep going. All right. Oh, then one lady went at me, yo. One lady went at me. She said, she said, I had to clear my throat for this one. Hold on. It got deep. So she goes on to say, you shouldn't be working with children as a role model. Your tone is super aggressive. But okay. Your tone is super aggressive toward females. She said, you make all or nothing statements and then backtrack later. When I read your comment or hear you talk, you sound like you standing over a woman screaming at her, pointing your finger right at her chest. Maybe some prayer or box breathing, and then think how you are modeling for young men to interact with females. Clearly, you have some gripes, but the way you are going about this is not okay. I'm telling you, all you got to do is, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is the whole point. that is the example of my whole original. See how we even got so far away, but I didn't remember. I didn't forget the whole point of the post. The whole point of the post was to say, don't be mad at us men, because we didn't force you to go out there and do it. Yes, there may be reasons why you chose to do it, but you still chose to go out in the workforce. You chose it, right? And that was my only point. Don't be mad at us. Everybody mad at the whole, you chose it, you chose it. No, I'm just saying, don't be mad at us. 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 That's what I'm saying. But no, nah, I'm calmly saying, don't be mad at us. And she says that I shouldn't be working with children because of a bad role model. Your tone is super aggressive toward women. I've never gotten a comment from one time when I said that men need to figure out why the heck where they leading these women. I remember I had a conversation one time with men on one of my episodes, and I said, what the men, what the fuck is you doing? Like, where are you? How can you ask a woman to lead you when you don't even know where you're going, right? And I came at him. I didn't see no post from you then. I didn't see a post from you saying, oh my God, why are you talking about these men like that? Why? Convenient, isn't it? It's how you feel. You feel like I feel that I'm doing that, which is cool. You should feel like that, because that's the way you solve problems, is by pointing them out. You know what I mean? And one of those problems is women getting mad at men for asking them to go 50-50. You see how many of them are upset that I'm talking about it for the men that need it, that want it. Or just saying, hey, you know what? Let's try it. See if we can, you know what I'm saying, go on more trips somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Do some more things, maybe. You the boss, chick. We'll make it happen then. 50-50. We all do 50-50 everywhere. I'm just saying. This is stuff y'all say. I'm just saying it back to you. Oh, man. But then, yeah, so she said something about backtracking. I don't backtrack. And then she said pointing fingers in the chest. Yeah, that's what it looked like to everybody that I've given it to. I've given it to everybody. I've given it to basketball players. I've given it to coaches, and most coaches are men. So I'm giving it to men. You know what I'm saying? So she's probably taking this one personal too. So, but that's okay. That's all right. It's Thailand TV. Everybody gets shots around here. That's what it's for. I'm not supposed to go soft. I'm not supposed to sit here and coddle what I'm saying to make people feel good. I'm not supposed to be looking for approval for everybody. This is Thailand TV. This ain't yo show. That's how this works. That's the whole point of why this hour of internet and social media is so hot. That's what I've been saying every time I go on a show, talking about how this the way the evolution of the TV has changed, how the revolution will be televised. This is what they meant right now. I'm talking that game. You can take it how you want to, but don't be pissed off when I'm telling all the kids how to spit that game, because y'all spitting that game at these young kids. Y'all spitting that game with these young kids, man. Y'all, what you telling these kids, man? What you telling these young men? What are y'all telling these young men? Why are you coming at me like this? Why? Because you want to cover up the fact that y'all telling these young men that they need to take care of women all the time and let them do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it. I'm sorry, man. That's not true. That's not true. Because some of my young men, when they come out of high school, when they come out of college, they're still immature. But they're in love. And I've seen these people in love, and they're trying to take care of households, and they're trying to get themselves to success, and they're meeting people that want them to be a complete product, a finished product when they get with them, and they expect them to, and they give them the expectations of somebody that's a finished product, because what the feminist movement is telling them, to go be equal but don't provide equal. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm just saying, hey, look, my whole conversation is for good people that want to be in good relationships with good people. Anytime somebody conflicts with that, then they're making one of those not true. Because if I'm telling people that maybe it's a good idea for them to work together as a family and both bring infrastructure and both bring provision and both bring what they can bring to the table, and you're sitting there telling me, no, you sound like you got a problem with, who's the problem? Seriously? Like, you seriously would not want your son to hear messages that tell him, hey, look, stand up for yourself? be a king. You're more than just a man. Anything you dream of, you can be. Are you serious? Because, like I said, I'm a factual person. Those words that you type, you can. I think you can clip. Yeah, if you want to, I think you can clip anything that I got. Clip it, put it on here. Put it on here. Clip what I said anywhere, and then break down what I said. I break down what you said. That's what I just did. I'll break it down. And you see, I'm a real dude, man. I leave it up there, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't get approval for you. You know what I'm saying? But no, much love to you though. I appreciate you though for posting. I do appreciate you for posting, taking the time out of your busy schedule to post on something that I did. I appreciate that. And I knew it. I knew that the 50-50 was going to spark a lot, which gave me the, you know what I'm saying, the idea to actually do a whole episode on it. So oh my goodness. So Jennifer no. Okay. She got a couple of things to say. We're gonna break this one down. She goes on to say, I don't think I've ever responded to any of your posts, but as a woman. Sorry. Hey man, I'm sorry. This is Thailand TV. If you don't know, if you haven't seen one of my shows, I've given the description before about my laugh. It's a defense mechanism. Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean that it's funny, just how my body, deals with, preparing itself for what's about to happen. First, I think we need to point out that women have always been in the workforce in one capacity or another, especially poor women. Okay. Secondly, the nuclear family is often dangerous for women. I just told you that it's not. I just gave you 70% of divorces are caused by women, and the majority of those are done because women say that they just don't want to be with them no more. So that is not true. It's easy for men not to recognize the amount of physical, sexual, emotional, and mental abuse that happens within a marriage when a man has full financial control, sprinkle in domestic homicides, and it's looking a bit more scary for us. I just pointed out that that's not true. I just pointed out. Go on there. You can prove me wrong if you want to. Statistics say that is not true. Statistics say that you women break up with men 70% of the time. The nuclear family was broken up by you 70% of the time. And the majority of that, the reasoning, the majority of that 70%, which dwarfs any other reason, is that you just didn't like them anymore. So no, see, that's the thing about statistics, man. Like you can't fool people with just how you feel, right? You got to back it up with stats, and stats say that that's not true. Finally, the state of the economy requires us both to be working, and some of us are really, really good at it. And I am the reason my kids have everything. I believe that. I do believe and see just from posts. I don't know what your real life is. I know people that know you, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know your daily life like that. So I believe that from what I've seen, you know what I'm saying, you do your thing, and I appreciate that. But I appreciate you messaging this on Facebook. So you go on to say, but that's what I was talking about before. I think the era that we're living in now, with the way the structure of this money and this inflation shit, I think it's a lot more necessary. And no. See, hold on. See, this is the part that nobody don't even know about or realize. It is more necessary for a man than it is for a woman. And the reason why is, and this is why a lot of my rich dudes, if they on here, would be like, what the fuck is Tyler talking? Because yes, we have a lot of rich ass dudes, but the problem is that we have a lot of broke dudes, and not broke by individual standards. Because individually, we have a lot of us men we hold the standard for taking care of ourselves, right? But we're family oriented. We want to take care of a lot of people. So we want a family. So a lot of us are making enough to take care of ourselves, but not making enough to take care of family. Unfortunately for the men, but fortunately for the ladies, they have a lot more in number that can take care of, that make enough money to take care of a family. That's what the problem is. because men are getting into relationships with the women that can take care of the families by themselves. So now the demand of those women is higher, because now it's like with my posts, I can come back and I can talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I can come at you. It's not even a debate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking feelings. I can't argue your feelings. I can argue facts, right? And that's what I give out is facts. But one of the real things is that women that make enough money for a family are in a higher number and in a higher demand, because men want a family. And the blended family and bringing both incomes together does make it a good thing. So I think that people need to talk and figure out what they want to do financially. So we'll talk about that in a second too. Real quick. So she says, so now that we've established why we're out here working, hell yes, we want things to be equal. Okay. Right on time. And no, we don't ever want to be men. That's wild. For real? Y'all don't? Okay. All right. Because I've heard people say that. But anyway, what I will say, she goes on to say, what I will say is things are changing. Everyone needs to realize this. Traditional roles don't really apply for most, and people need to get out of their feelings for it. There's no reason that if you're working, we all can't contribute financially, but let's not forget that women still are earning less than men, 84 cents on every dollar, yet women still take on the majority of the household chores and child rearing. So there just needs to be a balance in all this. And I guess we need a great balance. Rebalance. I like that word. Rebalance. Yes. But that's the thing. I was just talking about the whole rebalance of realizing, first of all, what type of world do we live in right now? We live in a money-driven world. God didn't make money. God didn't put dollar bills on Eve's titties and put a dollar bill on Adam's wang wang. You know what I'm saying? So money is man-made. So for that to be ruling us, I think niggas don't understand what's going on. I talk about religion. I talk about all that. And there's people that still believe in the Most High. There's people that believe in the Buddha. There's people that believe in Allah. There's people that believe whatever you believe in. But he didn't make money. So you know what I'm saying? You put that money as a god before you. Boy, you've been tricked, bamboozled. But yes, a rebalance needs to be done because of the era we're living in, with the way that, like I said, money is the forefront, and figuring out how to do this again. You know what I'm saying? Men need to step up and take care of their shit before they get in a relationship with women, because most women want a finished product. And then also women that do want to get in a relationship with a guy that is not always already a finished product have to understand that and be willing to accept the roles. But you all both have to have communication, because in order for you to be good people and good relationships with good people, you gotta talk about it first. Once again, the 84 cents on the dollar, like I said, like the medical analogy I gave you. So the medical field, if you look at the medical field, the numbers are going to probably say 84 cents on the dollar. But like I said, most women are nurses. They're not doctors. They're going to school for 4 years to get a nursing degree, whereas the men are going to school for 8 years to get the doctor's degree, the surgeon's degree. And anyone in the medical field knows that doctors and surgeons get paid quite a lot of money. So you know, so I've had friends. My brother's son's mom. She went to school for anesthesiologists. They get paid. They get paid big money just to go in, poke you in the back, roll up out. You know what I'm saying? But they get paid big buku bucks, right? But that's another field. She had to go there for, you know what I'm saying, quite a while. And go to forensic class, all that stuff, right? So, but the pay for that is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's real good. It gets paid. And she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point on that. Like, I get the 84 cents on the dollar, but I think it's an overall thing rather than actually breaking down what are the positions that people are taking and what do those positions pay. Like, if you're going to risk your life for something, you're probably going to get paid a lot more than somebody that don't risk their life for something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And most of the time, men risk their lives for something. So, and we can do more research on that, figure that out. We got to figure that out too. But I think that's a rebalance also that we need to do. I like that word. I'm using that. People do need to get out of their feelings. This is one of the things I was talking about with the one who attacked me, basically talking about you're attacking people. You heard it. You heard my post. My post wasn't attacking. It might have been risque. Risque. Ain't that a Jack A word, risque? But anyway, but it wasn't attacking. And she literally came in and attacked me personally, You know what I mean? So that's what we out here with, man. Young men, young kings. This is what you see. What's out here? Okay, so if you speak up, that's what's gonna happen. So, but do it with your chest if you do. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing they can't take from you is your ability to be a man and speak your mind. Um, and once again, she goes on to say the women are doing more of the household chores and child rearing. That's funny because ain't you getting mad at your man for not taking out the trash? Trash is a household duty, so he ain't doing all of them. I come up with some crazy stuff, right? So my point being, going back to, you know, go out there and build that deck. Your man wants a new deck. The deck's only 8 feet. He wants to add another 2 feet. Go out there and build 2 feet for me while I do the dishes. Doesn't sound right, does it? It don't sound right, does it? Okay, so then you know what I'm saying. Everything that both of the two women that listed or talked about that, they talked about household chores. They didn't talk about outside chores. You know what I'm saying? And those get done too by somebody, right? You didn't list those because you don't do those most of the time. But that's a part of the 50-50 that I was talking about. And once again, just communicate, man. I think that's one of the biggest things we can do as people is communicate and have an understanding before we get into relationships about what expectations are. And once again, once you're good people that want to be in good relationships with good people, you're going to have those conversations because we need to know, right? And that way you're not making it up as you go along, which is a scary route. Some people get that done like that, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's a good time in the beginning of the relationship before you guys fully commit and before you fully move in, where you have an understanding of what you guys are going to be doing. Um, I think that gender roles are not non-existent, honestly, because I think that I think a girl needs to learn how to change a tire, and I think a boy needs to learn how to cook. So, what gender roles are you talking about? Like, these are things that if you lived alone, you would be taking care of yourself. Like, that's what you talk about cleaning. We take I picked up the broom a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, sometimes just like, dang man, that mother ain't been swept in a minute. Just sweep it up. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing that. And then we talk about parenting, right? We're gonna talk about a little bit about divorce and parenting too in just a second to close out. But talk about, you know what I'm saying, like the parenting, like who's taking care of the kids. Okay. You know me. I like to break it down. If you're talking about between 1 and 5, okay. Okay. Cool. Most of y'all got daycare. Most of y'all ain't staying home and taking care of the kid. So if you ain't staying home and taking the kid, you don't see the kid till 5 o'clock at night. So what taking care of the kid are you guys talking about? Because you don't see the kid till 5 o'clock at night. We go to bed kids go to bed, not my kid, but most kids go to bed at 8. We had to pick them up, drive them to do this, go home, cook dinner, sit them down, eat. Boom, it's time to go to bed. You can be with your kid for 2 hours. If you talk about child rearing the kids, you only been with them for 2 hours. Shit, I was with them. I was sitting next to you. But anyways, hey, the one thing I do want to say that women, man, oh God, man, like when it comes to like calendars and events. Oh my God, bro. Everything I love, man. I don't know about y'all dudes, but like literally I'd be lost. Like having a family, if I didn't have a woman that was helping out, I'd be lost, man. Cause I'd be like, yo, I'd be getting emails like, yeah, everybody hope everybody be there in an hour. I'd be like, hour for what? What happens in an hour? Be like, oh snap, meeting, God dang, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? My lady, well, she do more of her stuff now because we ain't like, you know what I'm saying, like blended with all of our events and stuff that we do. But you know, it just feels good to have somebody that knows, like, especially like when we got a family outing coming up, or just getting prepared for the holidays, birthdays and stuff like that, man. For real, like that's the thing about it, man. I think a lot of women don't appreciate that aspect of what women women do. I think that's part of your 50. Part of your 50 is the structure of the home. I think that's your 50. Like, why would you want to relinquish that? Why would you want to share any of that? Like the man buy home, man buy house, woman make home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing about it. Like, ladies, you're devaluing what you do, man. You're devaluing what you do, and And I'm here to not let you do that. Like, I'm here for you to relinquish that power and keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are the home structure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think the man is the final say so of things, but I think, how many times does the man do his final say? How many times does the man put his foot down for him? Like, how many times for real does a man be like, you know what? No, everybody just listen. We're not doing none of that. We're gonna do what I say. How many times does a man really do that? Like, really, really do that? We hardly do that. We hardly ever do that. Most of the time, everywhere we're going is because of what the woman decided. Everything. Like, everything. You run our lives every day. You don't think that that's more significant than a man saying, nah, I want to have steak for dinner tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting my foot down. I want steak for dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, or be like, nah, I ain't seen you all week. You've been working, I've been working. I don't want you to go out with your girlfriends. Stay home with me tonight. Okay. You mad about that? Okay, hey, y'all get mad about that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering why not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't like that idea? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people. Hey, people think differently than me, man. These are just suggestions. Like I said, don't relinquish your power. And I think controlling the home structure, controlling the house, everything in the house runs through you. I think that is a superpower, right? That's your 50% superpower, right? And the man is supposed to protect that. I spoke one time about that before, and I say that a lot. That's why I understand when this little Noreen chick talking about back talking. I always refer back to an episode when I talked about whatever I'm talking about. Everyday decisions. That's what I put on my thing to talk about that. Everyday decisions. You guys make everyday decisions for us every day. Like, we put our foot down, which is actually us making a major decision once in a while. You guys make decisions for us every single day. You know what I'm saying? But women want to be the head. I think you want the title of the head. You want everybody to know, I'm the head, because when actuality, you actually are running. If you're running every single thing in a program, you the man. You the person. You the it. And then that person comes in and makes one decision one time. Hey, man, hey, if y'all want to relinquish that, cool. All right, 50-50, you know what I'm saying? We decide equally on everything. All right. You know what I'm saying? So, with that blue couch you wanted to get, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that blue couch. I want that couch. You know what I'm saying? Before 50-50, you can get whatever you want. You can put whatever you want in the house, anywhere in the house. You want another room? No, all right, fine. We'll knock it down another room. We'll knock it down the wall, get you another room, man. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever color you want to paint the house is on you, right? But no, I'm 50-50. No, I don't want that. Nope. I want 3 rooms to be man caves. I don't want just 1 room. I want 3 rooms. Doesn't sound right, do it. I'm just saying. I'm saying to just make sure you know it don't sound right. I don't like it either. But you know what I'm saying? It's right circling back to the communication part, you know what I'm saying, figuring out what you guys want. I think we need to stay away from divorce. I think people that if you're going to get married, man, you got to stay in and fight it. And I've said this before. Man. That was one of the things that I put on myself was my divorce. I think it was my not having the strength of what I went through to stay in it. And I think that's on me. I think that failed because of me. And I take that. A lot of people in this world don't take um, the reason being them as to why whatever it was failed. And with that marriage, I think that I've said it before. I think that was on me. So, I believe in making sure when you get into the point where you want to marry someone and you guys want to be joined in union together to become one. I think it's very important to have that goal of not wanting to mess that up. Doing whatever you can to fight for that relationship. And if you do go into divorce, the last thing I want to talk about real quick is parenting, child support, 50-50. 50-50. I think it should be 50-50. I think that the courts should demand 50-50. I think it should demand it. I think it should be always a requirement. I think 50-50 should be such a requirement that they put men in jail for not spending time with their kids, not for not paying money. Because one thing I remember, and I'm saying this to my kings, is one thing I know is that you have to know this, that when you go to court, you have to make sure that you're telling them statistics. Courts love the statistics. Courts love facts. They love case files. They love real tangible shit. They don't like feeling stuff. They don't like to talk to people that talk feeling stuff. All right, Kings? So make sure you talk facts. And one of the facts is that everybody in that facility says that they are out for the best interest of the child. The only one that's in there that's for the best interest of the child, usually, I'm talking to you, Kings. I'm talking to you, Kings. The only one that's in that courtroom usually that's for the best interest of the child is the judge and you. That's it. That's it. Nobody else is thinking about the child. Nobody. I don't care what anybody say. No, they ain't. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, they say that the statistics say that a man raising children is equal to two-parent households. Man, get mad at me all you want to. These facts, man. I read these things. These facts. If you got something to prove it differently, put it down here. But a man being with his child is the equivalent to having a two-parent household. So therefore, if any entity that's in that courtroom is saying that they're looking for the best interest of the child, the best interest of the child is for that child to go with you, statistically speaking. Period. That's the truth. That's the fact, right? So therefore, stand up for that. Make sure you claim that. And then I still think everything should be 50-50. I think each person should take care of their expenses that the child causes when that child is in their care. Period. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? And anything else they can work with together. Anything else they can work with together. And then there can be inconvenience, check-ins, but I think when it comes to holding jail time over someone's head, it should be held over both parents' head, and it should be because of spending time with their child. Anyone that doesn't meet the time requirements, clink clink. But nah, they just want some money. That's why they're going after the money. Straight up, that's why they go after the money. So once again, money's ruling. Money is ruling. Is that it? I think that was all the comments that I read. I think that's pretty much it, fellas, ladies. Thank you guys. Yeah, we on an easy one tonight, man. Actually, no, we wasn't that easy tonight, huh? I mean, it's easy for me because this is what I do. But hey, shout out to all the ladies that made comments on there. Shout out to my boy Nate. You know what I'm saying? Much love to the ladies, man. This is the thing about it too. You got to understand that men love the ladies. And I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a movement out here that is making women hate men. It's making women hate men, and I get it. I get it. Do something about that movement. If I'm not right, I can prove I'm right. I can prove. I can put up clips. I can show statistics for anything that I'm saying. Anything. And most of the time, anybody rebuttals anything I'm saying, it's always their feelings. It's never facts. It's never cited. There's no sources. There's nothing. It's always like, I feel like you hate people. I feel like you know what I'm saying? I feel like, and why does it always have to be a man? Why when a man says, hey, ladies, you're doing something wrong, here's how to do it right, do women always say, oh, you hate women? I love you. That's why I'm trying to give you suggestions. I want you to be in good relationships. I've always told this. I've told this stuff to my exes before. I've said, hey, look, I'm just giving you suggestions so that if you go off to be with somebody else in life, you can try this and hopefully have a good relationship. I don't care. I'm just trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's difficult out here, man, especially for both men and women. It's difficult for us, and that's why a lot of the stuff I post out is for the kings. And I'm sorry if y'all get offended because I'm acknowledging the kings to the bull stuff that y'all be doing. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of the course, man. Welcome to Thailand TV, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody, man. Much love to you guys. Monday, we'll talk sports. You know what I'm saying? And we got a busy weekend this weekend with some high school stuff. So, man, I don't know how long that show gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk about what I can within hopefully an hour time frame. I had to go up over a little bit today because I don't know how long my mute was on. I hope anybody that was on here caught some good material because it did get a little spicy in this joint today. You know what I'm saying? 800 this out, baby. I appreciate you guys. Love everybody that watches my shows. I'm gonna try to keep doing this and take it to another level a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe even change my surrounding, pick another room. I got a room downstairs. You know what I'm saying? I got my whole set up down there. So I might take it down. You know what I mean? My photo. Hey man, it's Thailand TV, man. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. It's only getting started, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I told you guys, I appreciate everybody in the world for finally catching up, you know what I'm saying, to the social media era, and the revolution will be televised, man. You know what I'm saying? You can stay right here and watch it, man, on Thailand TV, man. Thank you guys. Blessings.